Hey, what's up guys? Books Nelson here, back with another video, and today we're going to be getting into this new Ignite collection, headlined by Mr. Yao Ming. Forget all these other cards, this is the Yao Ming collection, so let's get right into the content. So we're going to go over, so we'll see what's on the screen here. So we talked about this last week, that if they release a guard that they know is going to be useless at the 3, 4, 5, that they will definitely make sure that the dark matters are juiced. And that is exactly what happened right here, right? So the guard obviously being Michael Jordan with a slow jumper and not the biggest size. He's good at the 1 and the 2. I mean, if Michael Jordan had a good jumper, he'd be great at the 2 or the 1. But as it is, I think he's serviceable at the 1 as a 3 and D card for most of these cards. But the ones that are going to be fire is the GOAT card. Now, depending on what release they put on this GOAT card, he could easily be the best PG in the game. Very easily. Because the rest of Michael Jordan is a perfect card outside of his jumper. Outside of his jumper, well, not perfect. His leaner, you know, they got to give him like Pro 2 or Kobe or something. But his leaner, I mean, his handles, his ability to drive, his ability to defend, Michael Jordan has been elite. One of the very best in the game at those things from the beginning. It's just that he has a terrible jumper, which I hopefully next year they work on that, because his jumper feeling bad, it just means that Michael Jordan's going to suck until they change his release every single year. And nobody wants that. Michael Jordan was a great jump shooter inside the 3-point line. And he even had years where he was good from behind the 3-point line. Like, there's a myth that Michael Jordan couldn't shoot threes. No, Michael Jordan didn't shoot threes for the majority of his career because it wasn't the thing to do. But when it became more the thing to do, he clearly showed the ability to shoot good threes. But anyway, rant on Michael Jordan over. Well, no, it's not quite over, because we're going to talk about how all of these Michael Jordans affects the packs. So before we even look at this, here's the thing to stress. Just by the very nature of there being multiple dark matters of the same card, that means that when you pull packs, the likelihood of you getting the dark matter you want is much lower compared to the likelihood of you getting either a Michael Jordan card or the worst dark matter in the collection. That's what's most likely going to happen. So when you are pulling these packs, what you're hoping for is that the dark matter is good, the GOAT card is good, and that all of the dark matters except for hopefully one are at least really good. And that, I think, is pretty much where we are this week, except I will say I think all of these dark matters are good, and we're going to get right into it. So let's look at the opals first. Boban is probably going to be absolutely horrible. I imagine he'll have something troll like a 25 speed or even a 70 speed. Like, listen, Boban's tall, but he's 7'3". Artist Gilmore's 7'3" or 7'4", right? So Artist is running around on court doing whatever he wants, and Boban needs enough speed to be viable. Kobe White, I actually think, is going to be relatively solid. Let's go ahead and look at Kobe White in the game right now, because Kobe White is not a terrible card, actually. All right, let's see what Kobe White has by default. So I think his jumper's okay, if I recall. Okay, he's got Allen Iverson, his own stuff going on here. Harden cross, Luka step back. Yeah, I think, and he's got normal leaner. His Pro 2 hop jumper stinks. His shot is already on quick. So I think, and he's 6'5". 6'5" wingspan is not great, but I think he'll be usable. Actually, I think Kobe White will be usable. Herb Jones, I think he'll be pretty good. With his jumper on very quick, I think his jumper will feel a lot better. And his jumper was already pretty usable. It wasn't good. I would definitely put it on the average to slightly below average on normal. But I think this is the kind of jumper that on very quick will be a massive boost for Herb Jones. Desmond Bane, he's actually been a pretty solid card all year. I imagine the Opal will have much better defensive stats. He's obviously got a wide player model, but also T-Rex arms. So I don't think he's competitive at the 2-guard position. But if you're brand new to the game, or for whatever reason are running a Grizzlies lineup or something like that, I do think Desmond Bane will be a usable card. And yeah, Boban, I do not expect to be good, but if he is good, great news for everybody. All right, let's go on to the dark matters. So 100 overall David Robinson, obviously 100 overall is pretty rare. They do seem slightly less rare since the GOAT collections have come out. Obviously, it says -2%, so it could be anything between 1.9% and 0.0 and 1,000 zeros 1%. Technically, that's still not zero, right? So they may have raised that from 0.000001% to like 0.03%, and now we're starting to see a few more of these. But obviously, do not expect that in whatever way you are acquiring packs. Yao Ming, clearly going to be one of the very, very best cards in the game. Now, he did have 100 overall, so I do think the Dark Matter is probably going to be a significant downgrade from the 100 overall, but I do still think he's going to be relatively fast. I expect his speed to be something between an 80 and an 85. I would be surprised if it's lower than an 80. Yao is so big on the court that as long as his speed is 80 or above, he's definitely going to be one of the very best centers in the game. Release should be fine. I don't think with this Yao, you care too much about his SIGs. It's really just about his speed, his size, and his jumper, which I expect to all be very, very good, specifically because these Michael Jordans are the GOAT cards. And as big as Michael Jordan's name is, the people who are pulling packs are not the general population. The people who are pulling packs are, they're in the know about the game, and the packs are designed around the concept that what value is in the game. And even though Michael Jordan has a big name, it is no secret that his jumper is not very good. So these Dark Matters and these Opals are going to have limited value. Again, I don't think that the Michael Jordan is a zero value card. He is good at some things in the game. But if you're pulling packs to get Michael Jordan, you're only trying to get these two cards because you're hoping for a jump shot change. And if this 100 overall Michael Jordan doesn't have a jump shot change, this one is no better than the rest of these Dark Matters, because I've maintained all year from the diamond card on, Michael Jordan has already been elite at slashing and defending and dribbling. He didn't need help in those areas. He needs a faster jumper. All right, so Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown is actually a very good card. I think this card is super duper slept on right now. I think the Opal is quite good, and his jumper is not perfect, but it's kind of in line like a Jimmy Butler, where it's a good jumper, good enough, not quite as good as the Tatums of the world, and obviously not elite like Glenn Rice and Dr. J, but it is a third tier jumper amongst the upper tier jump shot. I think it's an A- jump shot, which is totally fine. Michael Jordan is like a D- jump shot. That's the problem. But Jaylen Brown is basically, what you want out of Michael Jordan, in my opinion. I think he's a very good card. Lonzo Ball is going to be absolutely fantastic. I imagine he'll have updated SIGs, and Lonzo Ball is another one of these cards that has been good all year. He defends at an extremely high level. I think you switch basically any card onto Lonzo, and he will likely hold his own within reason. I don't think he'll be completely run over by any card in the game, maybe except for 100 overall Yao Ming, like the really super tall cards, but even like a Dwight Howard or Shaquille O'Neal, I think Lonzo's going to get you more stops than you would expect against those cards, and that brings a lot of value because Lonzo has a good leaner. I didn't love his SIGs on the previous cards. I do think he has a pretty good jumper. I think all of those things are going to be upgraded, and Lonzo's going to be great. Blake Griffin. This is a card that people in the content creator community really don't like, but what I've seen from Blake Griffin is that he's not a bad card at all. His jumper's okay, could be better, right? Not terrible though, not like an Aaron Gordon or anything like that. But you look at the SIGs here: MJ dribble style, T-Mac size up, right? Pro behind the back. We'll see what that's going to be in the next one. Luka's step back is totally fine, and this guy dunks everything. And he's been able to play the small forward with a 6'9", 6'11" wingspan. So this is, at least looking at the list, very, very far from a troll Dark Matter. This is not Chris Paul or anything like that, right? This isn't Dark Matter Isaiah Thomas, whichever one, right? These are all usable cards at a minimum, and I think they're all good cards at a maximum. And maybe even very good cards. And in addition to that, I think Kobe White and Herb Jones are both playable automatically. Desmond Bane, I would say, is not necessarily a troll card because he does have some pretty good SIGs. I don't think he's good, but he's usable. And Boban might be the worst card in the set if he has very low speed, which wouldn't surprise me at all. If he has high speed, then he fits in with the Artist Gilmores and is actually a very good card. So overall, I would say, I hope you listened to your boy Books and didn't pull packs last week, because the chances of you getting a good card this week, if you are pulling packs, this is not a video talking about whether or not it's right or wrong to pull packs. That will be in a discussion in the very near future. But for right now, if you are spending any of your resources, VC, MT, time, money, whatever it is, deluxe packs, lock-ins, this I think is a better week to do it. The one negative this week is that most of these Michael Jordans, and I've maintained all of this, I don't want to call Michael Jordan trash because he's good at a lot of stuff. Michael Jordan is flawed. And so when Michael Jordan was a 100 overall and people spending $1,000, $2,000 to get him, it's like, in that context, you're trying to get a trash card because there are cards you can get that are way better than it, right? But in terms of this collection, Michael Jordan probably doesn't play for a lot of people just because there are so many cards that are very, very good that you can get right now. Even that Ricky Davis, actually an excellent card, I think kind of underrated, Ricky Davis. You can get Ricky Davis right now for 200,000 MT. Is that better than spending 200,000 MT on packs? See, that's where I don't know, right? Because if you lock in, if you get enough to lock in between the deluxe packs and everything else, right? And you get just a couple of hits out of that 2,000 MT. Again, I'm not recommending buying packs. I'm just talking about the math of it. Any dark matter you get could potentially have more value than Ricky Davis. I think Jaylen Brown has equal value to Ricky Davis, or close to equal value to Ricky Davis. I think Lonzo Ball maybe even has more value than Ricky Davis because of how good he is defensively at the 1. Now, if you don't have a true knockout card, then no. But I will say there's a free Dr. J in the season pass and the pro pass, which is $10. So Dr. J is a truly, truly amazing S-class card in this game. I cannot stress that enough. Dr. J is almost as good as it gets. If it wasn't for Glenn Rice, we would be talking about Dr. J all day, every day. That is how good Dr. J is. But so that lowers the value of Ricky Davis, Jaylen Brown, and Michael Jordan. The fact that you can just go out and get Dr. J, right? For $10. For $10, you go out, you get Dr. J from the season pass, and you already got a card that's better than everybody that's showing up tomorrow, except for the very best Michael Jordans and potentially the best Michael Jordans and Yao Ming. So, and obviously 100 overall David Robinson. Well, I don't even know if he's going to be better than Dr. J. Like, I know he's going to be great, don't get me wrong, but he's playing against Yao Ming and Wemby, whereas Dr. J, he's not playing against anybody that's better than him, right? Like, even Glenn Rice, who is technically better than Dr. J, isn't better at everything than Dr. J. Dr. J is better on defense and better going to the basket. Glenn Rice just has a nuke for a jump shot. Okay, that's it for today. Obviously, we will break these cards down in full bright and early tomorrow morning. I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for your support of the channel. Please like and subscribe. Peace.